Abu Jamil wakes up every morning hearing the noises of Israeli soldiers shooting their guns and driving their tanks and military vehicles during their incursions into Palestinian areas along the Egyptian borders in Rafah city. He is one of a few people who are still insisting to stay in their homes despite all the risks posed by the Israeli occupation forces, who destroyed more than 900 homes in the area that separates the Egyptian and Palestinian parts of Rafah city. The Israeli government has cleared this area to build a new security wall 8 meters high and 7 kilometers long, extending from the entrance of Rafah to the Red Sea.
The situation is very difficult. Every other day our home is shaken by the sound of explosions. Our home is constantly under fire, and it was partially destroyed by the Israeli bulldozers. My children are in constant fear. My wife gave premature birth in the 8th month of her pregnancy. She had nervous breakdown because of the constant explosions. The incident happened at night. She was bleeding heavily, but we could not take her to the hospital because no cars were able to go through. As you see, there are 2 security towers in front of us. However, despite all the suffering that we are experiencing, we still insist that we stay in our home.
The view from Abu Jamil's home is confined to piles of dirt and military installations. He no longer remembers what was on the other side of the wall. The suffering of his family resembles the suffering of thousands of Palestinian families in Rafah city. Israeli settlements now surround the Palestinian city from 3 sides, separating many of their homes from the beach. Nonetheless, Abu Jamil's family is still lucky in comparison with other Palestinian families whose homes were completely destroyed to make way for the new Israeli wall. They were forced to travel to neighboring areas and live in abandoned stores and warehouses.
My uncle's home used to be here before they destroyed it. He used to have a whole building, but now he is homeless. The Palestinian Authority does not have money to provide shelter for people like him. My uncle, like many others, are suffering tremendously. Some rented homes and lived in them. Others live in camps, and the rest, including children, live in the streets.
When the Israelis came and started demolishing our homes with bulldozers, people started running away. As you can see, my home was demolished, along with my clothes, cabinets, beds, washing machine, and oven. Of course, we left our home because we feared for our lives.
No one is supporting Abu Jamil except for a small group from the U.S. International Solidarity Movement. The international community and the Palestinian Authority are preoccupied with the Israeli security wall that surrounds the West Bank cities. Of course, the Israeli government is taking advantage of the situation to expedite the building of the security wall in Rafah city.
Israel talks about the wall as
a security measure. However, in reality, Israel has a specific agenda. It wants to take over all Palestinian lands. Israel makes their population always feel unsafe, so it can use violence to expand.
The Israeli army claims that the reason for building the wall is to stop arms smuggling from Egypt through tunnels that the Palestinians have dug across the borders. However, Israel gives up all humanitarian values for the sake of its security concerns. Many Palestinian families are now living without shelter. Like others, they are waiting for a peaceful solution, which seems to be very far away. Al-Madar program, Shireen Yunus, Abu Dhabi Television, near the new security wall in Rafah City.